right, here we are, game number 3 on LosirA Beach, and up in the top left portion of this beach is none other than LosirA. And down here in the bottom right, he got second place to MC in the GSL several seasons ago. It is LosirA. And I haven't even had time, it's been non-stop action with these rushes LosirA has been pulling off, to tell you guys about the format of this tournament, the reason for it, I guess. So some of you guys might be wondering why it's called the King of Kongs. Like, what does that mean, King Kong? I don't understand. Well, the reason for that is there's I don't know what you would call it, but there's a tradition, I guess. There's a, I don't know what you call it. Anyway, point being, there's something called the Kong line. The Kong line is basically, there's been several players over the years that have been famous for getting second place over and over and over again. And it started off with Hong Jin-ho, aka NC Yellow, or you know, for a while he was associated with Slayers when during Project A he was trying to get back into Starcraft 2 professionally. So he was a legendary Zerg player, basically the first rival of Boxer. And he was famous for always getting second place and everything. He got second place to several people. He got second place to Boxer a couple times, players like Uv. And so he was famous for getting second. He was called Kong, as I understand it, because he's kind of short. And Kong is the Korean word for P, I believe. So, you know, P-E-A. So he was small like a P, I guess. So that's became kind of his nickname in a sense. He, of course, became known as the Storm Zerg. It was his better nickname. But hatchery into pool for LosirA, by the way, whereas LosirA, again, going for the early pool, trying to be aggressive once again. Can he pull it off this time? LosirA's been holding off the aggression extremely well every time. Will he be able to do it now? LosirA spots that hatchery. He knows what's going on. He knows that LosirA is fast expanded. And in any case, so it became a kind of a joke that if you're part of the Kong line, if you are a person who gets second place all the time. And so, for instance, Stork kept getting a lot of second place finishes in tournaments and that kind of thing. And so he became known as part of the Kong line. Some people think that maybe Fantasy or Jangbi might be kind of along those lines, although they haven't gotten nearly as many second places as Stork or Yellow. But in any case, that's why this is called the King of Kongs, because it's a battle of players who have gotten second place in GSL tournaments. So, LosirA and LosirA, of course, getting second place in Codas tournaments in the past. A couple Banelings morphing for LosirA outside of LosirA's base. Now, LosirA is getting up a Spine Crawler, but I don't know if he's going to be able to defend this one. It's a little bit quicker. This time he hasn't chased LosirA's Zerglings out, making it so that... oh, and here comes the Banelings. If he can land one Baneling on several Zerglings, give him an advantage, and he's going to get those two. He's saving that Baneling, very wise. Wants to save that Baneling until it can actually be cost-effective, until it can kill more than one Zergling. And, oh, takes out 2 for 1. Not the best trade, but at least that way he is able to keep that Baneling alive so that when more Zerglings pop out, the Spine Crawler finishes, gets one attack off, and immediately dies. And LosirA is just barely winning this game. He's got a few more Zerglings, but with that one Baneling sitting right there, oh, look at that Manor Baneling morphing right next to the hatchery. I believe that this hatchery is going to die. Oh, he actually is. He going to be able to kill that Baneling off? No, doesn't kill the morphing Baneling. And again, he's not really killing tons of Zerglings with each Baneling, but it might just be enough. Give him the advantage here. 2 Banelings now going in. Is he going to go for the supply line? This might be a mistake with the Queen there. The Zerglings, is he going to get in there? The Banelings do go off. He only gets 3 drones, so again, not the best trade, but the point is, these Banelings are buying time. No! Whoa, that was a close one. LosirA almost lost all of his Zerglings to those 2 Banes, and that was well, that could have gone better actually, but he's not losing too many Zerglings. He still has the advantage, and he's buying time for just a few Zerglings to take out this hatchery, and if he does that, he's going to be way ahead. If LosirA does manage to hold that hatchery, then he will be ahead, as we saw in the first game. And there's the GG from LosirA, as he doesn't have any more defenses. Too many Zerglings in his base, and LosirA has come back and taken game number 3. He is on his way to a possible comeback now. Now, LosirA, traditionally not that good in ZVZ, by the way. I was going to mention that earlier again as well, but LosirA keeps rushing, and so I haven't been able to talk about him too much. But, you know, he doesn't have the best record at Zerg versus Zerg. He's actually got an atrocious record at Zerg versus Zerg. So bad I won't even say it. LosirA is pretty good at Zerg versus Zerg, though, so definitely the advantage goes to him. But as you can see, sometimes July Zerg, just by sheer micro and aggression, is able to win games. So here we're going to get into game number 4 and